So as we wrap up here, one of the things you all have many years of judging, and I'm going to put you on the spot to see if just to ask if there was one show or one prop or one wow moment that still sticks with you from any of your parades. So if anybody wants to jump in, just one of their best moments that's from any of the parades that they've judged.
I'd be happy to give you that information. In my head, I can still see like I'm there yet today. And it was the first time I judged the parade. I was doing music performance and we were down on the street.
Yes.
And not only did we judge the groups, but we had to make sure we didn't get in front of the camera. We didn't trip over the camera lines. You know, we couldn't go in front of this line because that was the camera position, you know. So, but to this day, I don't know which band it was, but I remember, I think they were doing like Knights in Armor, but it was like this big gate opened, and here come these horses out of this gate with guys up on top of this thing, and I just went, oh my God. And it was just the most amazing, and it was coming right at me because I'm on the street, you know, it was just unbelievable experience.
Mine was, and I can't think of the name of the band, we were judging from the trailer. We had the curtain, so you can get kind of figure out what year it was, the trailer, the curtain. It was a pirate ship show, and the pirate ship started to move. I thought it was going to be stationary, but it was the end of the show. It started to move towards us, and the confetti went from dark to darker, and the pirate ship got closer and closer, and the sound got stronger and stronger, and just as I thought the pirate ship was going to run over us, the curtain closed. I had chills the whole time I was writing down my number. I had chills from that show. Don't know what year it was, don't know what band it was.
I think my favorite, besides those crystal costumes last year on someone that were like, they glistened, was that bird that flew across the screen with all of the electronics coming across until it turned and came right at you. And then the captain just came flying at you. It was incredible. And oh, don't forget the confetti. It was like amazing.
I don't have a favorite, or I don't remember a favorite group, but I certainly remember something, and hopefully this may get edited. But and I'm not going to go into all the details, but I was judging music performance down low, and by the end of the day, you know, when it was getting in the first, second, and third, put down the numbers. I put down my number and looked back later and realized the distance in my first to second number, and found out about a year later that I think I called the show. So that was very interesting to reminisce about and remember for me.
Mine was I don't remember the name of the group, but they did the Star Wars theme, and it really wasn't a Star Wars theme. It was many alien movies that they just presented, and when they brought out the actual alien, I was floored. I remember stopped talking on tape because I felt like I was in the movie. So, and I remember that the stormtroopers, the ship, the rebel yell, and then all of a sudden this alien comes out of nowhere, and this thing had to be the size of a tractor trailer, and it just floored the daylights out of me. And I went, "This is crazy." They had to spend $100,000 on that. You know?
Yeah, I remember. John, you'll know the exact year, but and I was standing right in front, center stage, 50-yard line, right on my line where I was supposed to be, listening to this great feature. And then at the end of the feature, I realized that these featured dancers were running right at me. And they stopped about 1 inch in front of my face. And I couldn't move because they were moving their arms. They were doing this stuff. It was a moment in my life where I felt the energy and a part of what was going on. And I walked away from that. As I'm walking away, they finished. I turned my back. I walked away, and I went, that has never happened to me before. It was a moment. I was was in that moment, and it was awesome.
For me, and I know this might sound cliche, but it was just the first year judging. You know, it was all the groups. It was just the, you know, getting to the city building, you know, walking from city building to, you know, the reviewing stand, you know, just the entire day. You know, I was on a high for like the next week or so, you know, because it was just so cool, and it changed me as a designer because it made me think differently. It opened my eyes to think differently. And, you know, so just very grateful in my day job to be able to do this, because it just really did change, you know, my look on how the activity is looked upon. So thank you.
And I'm going to say, as I wrap this up, when we judge in all of our other activities, it's a lot quieter because the performances are the most important thing, and everybody's there to see the show. I want to thank you for the years that you've given us and the effort. This is not an easy competition to judge. First of all, it's 364 days. As I always say, we compete in dog years. It's 364 days before we get to our next competition, and so much could change in those bands from year to year. But not only that, when you're sitting there New Year's Day, there's a party going on, to be sure. Tastes great, less filling. There's a television show going on. There's a quote unquote a parade going on, and a competition. We've asked you to do this because we think you're the best at what you do, that you're able to block all these things out and somehow be able to sort this all out and come up with rankings from 1 through 16 or 17. And it really is an incredible, it's a difficult job to do because it's a one-shot deal. And so I just want to thank you on behalf of all of our groups and our bands for the efforts that you've put in. And thanks for joining us tonight and taking the curtain back. This is a lot of great information and a lot of good chuckles of years gone by. And I hope that all of our fans have enjoyed these little snippets of behind the scenes of the Mummers Parade, the string band division, that you don't get to see New Year's Day. So thanks for everybody joining in and watching. And please feel free to help out these bands with a donation. We haven't had the ability to perform throughout the year. And 2021 we might not have a parade, but I'll tell you what, I think we're already planning for 2022, and teams are already starting to be worked on as if they weren't left over. All that did was give us 2 years to figure this stuff out. So thanks to all of you. Thanks again.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Good night.